I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What? Good ideas that are good for people. Now, whether they appreciate the ideas or not, that's neither here nor there. Okay? But what's important is that there are one or two people might just kind of like get the idea and they go, that's a nice idea. Let's try and put that into action. If I heard somebody like had an idea that I liked and I could put it into action in my school, for example, I'd be all up for it. If somebody suggested, hey, could you try this? Okay then, it doesn't sound too tricky, I'll try that. As long as it's got some kind of like quality to it that I can check at the beginning, you know, do it and then check at the end and ask the kids, did that work? Did that work? Was that good? Did you enjoy it? Are you happy? Are you more aware? Are you more motivated? Did you learn stuff? That kind of stuff. Right. So here we go. I love it. So here's an idea for Russell Brand. Yeah. Right. Russell Brand. Okay, now you're looking at this. No, Russell Brand is not going to be looking at this. Who's going to be looking at this first? Nobody, actually. But hopefully somebody's going to look at this, all right? And they're going to look at it and go, yeah, it's okay, it's got some kind of value. And then they perhaps send an email and somebody that's related to Russell Brand actually looks at it. Perhaps the person that looks at the emails or something like that. They look at the email and they go, okay, what's up with this video? What is he talking about? Okay, it's kind of interesting. And then you're looking at this now. Ooh, hello, I don't even know your name. How much do you get paid? Do you feel valuable? Does Russell treat you well? Right. And I don't want to see you as like a middleman. I don't want to see you as somebody that I'm going to kind of leapfrog to speak to Russell. I'm not really interested in that. I don't like that, you see. I don't like this megaphone business. I don't like the fact that there's one person kind of like, you know, in charge of things. So there's a megaphone and one end's got, you know, it's slapped up to his mouth and this megaphone is going all over the fucking world. There's something more crazy about mass communication. Podcasts are slightly more interesting. But the thing is, you see, the thing about Russell Brand's show, it sounds really interesting, and I laughed out loud. Loved it. I laughed out loud. And, you know, and I'm living alone, and I'm like teaching, and it's like, and I laughed out loud. It doesn't happen very often, all right, when I'm alone, laughing out loud. It's a bit kind of crazy. So, but I did. I thought it was really funny. But after about 4 or 5 times, I'm like, well, it's kind of the same kind of. It's just a personality. They're funny personalities, but it's not really kind of inviting me in to do anything. Not really participating. And of course, Russell Brand likes the old idea of revolution. Well, for me, it's to do with the question of when is the revolution? Could you answer that one, Russell? No. Could the person who actually listens to this, all right, who knows Russell, could they answer it? And could, yes, that's it. Could you please answer it? And if Russell listens to your answer, then there's a possible, yes, that's it. And if, yes, that's beautiful. Now that's beautiful. Okay, does anybody kind of get what I'm saying here? I hope so. I hope so. Okay, because the idea is that Russell then will listen to whatever it is that you have to say, all right, and he'll go, oh, that's quite interesting, that's quite valuable, and therefore that's good for you and it's good for him. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, so the idea is this, all right? So if you can answer that one about, you know, when is the revolution that he talks about? You know, when do you think, if there's going to be a revolution in the future, when do you think it's going to be? You know, yeah? Right, but, okay, here's the specific thing, okay? 3 minutes in, is anybody paying attention to this stage? Probably not. Perhaps I'll put in, I'll put in the time, so 3:30, about 3:30 I'll say press now, all right? Go to, fast forward to about 3:40 and you'll hear me now. Hello. So you're coming specifically to listen to this idea, okay? I was in London and I was wandering about the streets of London and I saw this new advert. So I'm going to advertise the advert. Okay. Barclays, I hope you're going to give me some money for this, all right? Or give, what, BBC or somebody. Oh, I'm not allowed to say it, am I? Should I say Barclays? Should I say, like, the other banks? Oh, I don't give a monkey's, all right? It's the Barclays advert, okay? And it's the people who invented the Barclays advert. And it says something like, welcome to the future, or something like that. And it's a picture, and it's just a billboard, and you'll see it in, like, the tube stations. And it'll only be there for a short while, so that's why it has to be done now. Okay, but what we could ask is we could ask people to like look at those adverts and just come up with a response. What do they think? So I was looking at an advert and it showed London, okay, and it had this airship, okay, and the airship had a big poster on it, big advert, okay, and it was Barclays, and it was something like "Welcome to the Future" or something like that. And I just was like, oh god, you know, big advert like that. That's like on, that's like on a film of like Blade Runner. You know, in Blade Runner, you have these great big dirigibles and huge adverts floating around the sky. You know, okay, that was 1980s or something like that idea. But anyway, here they are. Welcome to the future. It's Barclays. bank. And then it's got a picture of London. And you start looking closely at it, you start going, oh, is that a view of what they think the future is for London? That's interesting. I'd like to know what other people think about that. And I noticed one or two things, and I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. Why did the people who designed that think that is the future of London? And who do they think they're appealing to? Do you see? And if people look at that and actually, oh, that resonates, oh, that's quite clever, that's nice, do you see? Then we share something about what we think about the future. So this thing can allow us to invite us to talk about the future. But not in any kind of like, oh, blah, blah, the future's going to be this, blah, blah. No, we're just looking at the same picture, and we're referring to the same picture. And it gives us a certain degree of accuracy. Okay? So kind of like points for like pointing out what's actually there, perhaps a little idea on it. You know, people could actually write in email responses and whatever, record responses. Instead of ditties, we could have these little things. And they could be like a minute long, all right? That could be quite interesting, entertaining. And then we could maybe, after a little bit of that, we could find the designers who came up with it and then kind of verify, well, what were they thinking when they were putting that on? And you know, this is just interesting. This is just interesting, okay? And actually it's like food for thought, okay? So it's interesting, it's entertaining, and perhaps useful. Participatory, definitely. So there you go, that's my idea to Russell brand, the podcast, and that's enough for me. All right, love D.